I woke up with sand in my mouth and the sound of waves screaming in my ears. My wife and son were gone. The boat was gone, and I had no idea where I was. My name is Daniel Carter, and the day everything happened was July 5th, 1996, my birthday. I turned 32, lying face down on a beach with no memory of how I got there. I should start from just before the storm hit. We were on a small boat heading back from a simple family trip. The weather was calm. My wife sat with our son asleep in her arms. I remember thinking it was one of those rare, easy days on the water. Then the wind shifted. Fast. Sharp. Wrong. Waves rose out of nowhere and slammed into the boat. I tried to keep control, but it felt like the sea wanted to tear us apart. My wife shouted my name. I reached for her, but a huge wave lifted the whole boat and threw me overboard. Cold water hit me so hard it knocked the air out of my chest. Everything after that was darkness. When I opened my eyes again, I was on the shore of an island I didn't know. My clothes were ripped. My body hurt everywhere. The ocean was calm like nothing had happened, but there was no trace of my family. No broken pieces of a boat. No bags. No footprints. Nothing. On my birthday, I yelled their names until my throat felt raw. I ran up and down the beach hoping to find even a sign that they had survived too. The silence on that island felt heavier than anything I've ever known. I found a small stream inland and drank from it to stay alive. I slept under trees because the nights came fast and full of strange sounds. Every noise made me jump. I tried to tell myself my wife and son were somewhere else on the island, that maybe I would find them if I kept moving. By the third day, I knew waiting wasn't enough. I walked the coastline, climbed rocks, searched for smoke or people. I made a fire at night, hoping someone might see it from far away. More than once, I thought I heard voices and ran toward them, but it was just the wind or the animals. On the fifth day, I found a small piece of blue fabric caught on a branch near the shore. My wife had been wearing a blue dress the day we left. My hands shook when I touched it. It was the only real sign I had that they might still be out there. I lived off coconuts, crabs, and whatever I could find. I scratched marks into a rock to count the days. I told myself I would not die on that island, not without knowing what happened to them. On the seventh day, I saw a boat far away. I yelled, waved, burned whatever dry leaves I could find. For a moment, I was sure it would pass by. But then it turned. When they pulled me aboard, I could barely stand. I tried to talk about my family, but my voice kept breaking. The crew wrapped me in a blanket and gave me water. They told me they had found debris miles away. Some of it looked like it came from a small private boat. They said they would keep searching. I'm still waiting for news. People think the worst part was nearly dying out there, but it wasn't. The worst part was waking up alone on that island on my own birthday, because it meant the people I loved most were missing, and I still don't know if they're alive.